Welcome back to Real House DIY. Today the question is, can you do your own DIY replacement windows? I'll go through all the details of exactly what it takes to do this. And we're not talking about full replacement windows, which requires taking the siding off your house, redoing all the flashing. This is a replacement window insert, which is going inside of the existing window jambs. As for the process of exactly what you're going to do, it's going to be removing the two sashes of this old window, taking out the jamb liners on each side and the headliner. I'll have another video up showing all the detailed process of doing the window replacement. So first on this window, what you would do, you're going to raise the sash. You have some screws to take out for the jamb liner on this side. And it's just plastic, and you pry it out, the bottom one. Then you lower the window, and at that point you can tilt the sash out. Then you can cut out or remove the two cords for the counterbalance, and at that point the window will come right out. Then you lower the top sash, tilt that one out as well, do the same thing. And then you have one more jamb liner here, the headliner, and then the full jamb liner on this side to take out. At that point you're left with the wood jambs, the wood head, and the existing sill from the exterior window. And then you also have the exterior stops of the original window in place. So at that point the window opening is all prepped, just removing a couple things here. Chances are behind here the condition of the jambs and the head will be just fine, but you will want to check the condition of the sill. I can tell if I push down on this, it's completely rotten under there. And this will actually be a decent amount of extra work. You have to cut out the wood sill, replace that with a new piece of wood. Hopefully I can reuse the sill liner. Otherwise I'll have to use a piece of white aluminum to cut and shape, make a new sill liner. So that's something you'll definitely want to check if you're considering window replacements. Next question, can you actually lift all these brand new windows by yourself? This one here, a 4-foot by 4-foot picture window. It weighs 62 pounds. I can lift this myself, but preferably have a second person to help. All the other windows are typical double hung windows. Gonna be about 30 pounds, easy for one person to lift and put into place. Next is, do you actually have all the tools that you need to do this job? You want a drill driver, screwdriver, basic hand tools, a couple different size levels, measuring tape, caulking gun. But maybe the most important that you're going to need is a ladder or a step ladder. For the interior, you might actually not need a step ladder at all, depending on the height of your windows, as long as you can reach up to the top to get the top screws in. It's not even for a ranch house. I'm going to be doing some work on the outside, so I have a 15-foot step ladder so I can reach up to the top to do the caulking around on the outside. And there's a sill extender, which you install on the outside as well. However, it is possible to do all of this from the inside. These windows, you can tilt in, can remove the screen, and then you can actually lean out the window to do the caulking around the outside and install the sill extender. Even for a 2-story house, you don't even necessarily need a ladder if you can reach out and do that work from the inside. In terms of how much time this takes, the very first window you'll do will take at least a couple hours. I think I took 3 hours to install the first one, make sure I do it exactly right. Then every window after that, much faster, an hour or less. After you've cleaned up the opening before putting the new window in, put back caulking along the exterior stop and on the sill. Take the window, fit it down the bottom, tilt it into place. Then you add screws, shims on the sides, the foam around the sides for insulation. For the sill extender that goes on the outside, you have a gap at the bottom of the window because the window is sitting on the top of the slanted portion of the sill. So you have that gap from where that sill slopes down. I cut the sill extender to fit on a table saw. You could use different tools to trim this down to size, but with the table saw you get a nice straight line. And then this was actually very hard to fit into the groove. I used the butt end of a hammer to push it in, and you could actually do that from the inside as well. Now what I think will be the most time-consuming part, on my old windows, they did not have interior stops. The interior stops were part of the headliner and jamb liner. They were just plastic. So I'm going to need to build some molding to fit that gap where you just see the bare wood jambs here. Ideally, you would have taken off those wood interior stops if your old windows had them, save them, and reuse them to install after the new windows are in. So I was very hesitant to install these myself. Now I find it extremely easy. Definitely a project you can DIY. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I'm going to have some more videos on doing the window installs, get those in a playlist, so go check those out. Thanks for watching.